The spokesperson, Pule Mabe, is criticizing the organization undoing tax abuse of promoting non-compliance with paying e-tolls. The civil organization, you'll recall, is fighting tooth and nail to have the system scrapped. Well, Mabe says the governing party has done more than any other organization in ensuring that government delivers. Therefore, he says paying for e-tolls is good for democracy. Well, Mabe is my guest this morning and is going to talk to us about why he's criticizing OUTA. Mr. Mabe, why is OUTA not promoting democracy in your view?
Well, morning, Koli. The piece we wrote had very little to do with OUTA. It had a lot to do with the principle of user pay. And we went on to even give an example about the telecommunication space, where you and I have got our cell phones. We are expected to pay for us to be able to use our cell phones. And we're broadening the whole discussion to even look at paying for basic services. Part of the problems that ESCOM is sitting with today have got to do with non-payment of debt. Yeah. I do not think that, you see, the principle of user pay is beyond e-tolls. It has got to do with what is our own civic duty, which was the purpose of what we conveyed and wrote about out there.
So, in essence, what you are conveying here today, and through that piece, is that the ANC is trying to fix what it had instilled before democracy was achieved, because this was a decision of the ANC back then to try and bring to its knees the government of the apartheid regime, was it not? Particularly the constituency in Soweto, in as far as payment of electricity. Well,
I agree with you there, Kuli. I mean, there were quite a number of things that were brought up as part of the onslaught against the system. Azikwelwa, rent boycott, and many others. But we are now in a democratic dispensation. We all have got a responsibility to make sure that a country of our dreams is constructed through our own actions.
And let me actually come in exactly there, because I want to take you back to what was written about the introduction of the e-tolls, and you tell me if it is democracy. Back in 2014, and I'm reading a piece here that was the financial Fin 24, and it was quoting the CEO at that time, who was Babalo Ngonyama, CEO of the advisory panel on e-tolls. And the quote of her went as follows: "The communication was flawed. There was less consultation than we would have liked." And then she goes on to say, "I think the view is broadly it was flawed." This was as far as consultation around e-tolls were concerned. How is it then that you are promoting democracy today? You are promoting the whole spirit of
user pay.
User pay.
Okay, Koli, I think that the two issues are delinked. Of course, you are looking at user pay within the context of people who are using or driving under the gantries having to pay for that. There is a process that has been initiated by the Ministry of Transport, the Treasury, and the Premier of Gauteng to try and find what will be a working solution there around that. But in totality, the user pay principle is a principle that is properly enhanced, embraced in various policy documents. Just to take you, even on, look at the environmental issues, you have got what you call polluter pays principle. Actually, the enactment of the carbon tax, part of what it seeks to do is to do exactly that. That part of the mitigations of dealing with emissions, issues of carbon footprint and all of that, would be to require those that pollute to also be seen to be paying tax, so that through their own investment towards that, mitigation plans could be rolled out. This is part of our own green economy strategy as well.
Mr. Mabe, what you are promoting, in essence here, is responsible citizenship.
Correct.
How are people of South Africa to take you seriously as an organization if your MEC in KwaZulu-Natal, the MEC of education there, is driving around in a hired vehicle at a time when government is saying, let's cut back on unnecessary spending, all because the predecessor, the vehicle of a predecessor that he was supposed to drive in, he doesn't trust it. How should people of South Africa take you seriously as the governing party?
Well, Xoli, without going much into the details, it is only fair that we ourselves file commentary on issues like this when we have gotten hold of all the facts and have understood the situation in its entirety. Because, and I think I've raised this with you before, that in 2019, spinning is not going to work. So what we require is to have facts. And then when we communicate to your dear viewers of ENCA, we give out facts. And I'm sure that the Premier of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, together with the leadership of the African National Congress, will be looking into these things and making sure that whatever message that goes out there is one that assures our people that we are a responsible government.
All right, so at the moment you do not have facts around this MEC?
Except what I saw in the press. So if I comment, I will effectively be giving weight to what was there.
The Alliance Political Council, did it meet this weekend?
It is still on. We met yesterday. It is going on again today. Yes, and we will be able to, if there are issues that require us to communicate out, they will be able to do so. What I can assure you of is that the strengthening of the alliance, the unity of the alliance, making sure that we come up with measures that turn around and drive the economy further forward is what that council is seized with.
All right, thank you very much for making the time to speak to us, Pule Mabe. He is the spokesperson of the ANC.